All right, if you're in the consulting, coaching, or professional service provider industry, then you're going to want to take a look at this funnel. This is going to be a simple way for you to start to collect qualified leads at a price that you can afford. Now, again, when you're going after high ticket customers and you have a high ticket service or product that you're selling, you've got to have some type of qualification in place so that you're wasting a lot less time with people who are unqualified to actually receive your service. So I'm going to walk you through the newest campaign that we have right now that's going to help you create this very simple funnel. I mean, there's literally 3 parts to this. I'm going to share with you a couple of results that we got up to this point and how we are being able to really identify the points within this funnel that need to be improved on fast so that you're not wasting money just waiting for things to happen. There's a process that we have and a way for us to be able to maximize each lead, and we want to know exactly where the breaking points are within our funnel. So if you have a marketing funnel right now and you're trying to drive cold traffic to a qualification form and it's not working for you, then follow this process here because this is ran directly to cold traffic. We have a testing point actually between the warm and the cold, and I'm going to actually share with you that the cold traffic actually is beating out the warm traffic as far as the results are. So it's pretty astonishing in that area. But what we want to do is make sure that we do know what we're looking for, how to fix what's broken, and how to scale this bad boy if it actually starts to produce the results that we expect. So the first thing I want to go into is this advertising page. This is going to be where you see it's a screenshot of an ad that we have running right now. Now this ad is being ran to cold traffic. And what we're doing here is you have 3 points off to the left in the ad copy. You've got curiosity, you've got addressing the pain point, you've got a strong call to action. Now, there are some other ways that you could do this. This is not set in stone. You can have the question leading, you can have some more of a hook based kind of deal. But what we want to do is we wanted to come straight at these folks and basically use and play off the curiosity factor. And so if you read through this, it's basically saying, hey, great marketing can only take you so far. Check out the one and only other element that without will keep you from ever reaching your business goals. Now, that's a little bit of a hook in there, right? It's the without. And so we're talking about how can they get this result. So this is a results-oriented hook that addresses the pain point. And then it goes into, it's something that nobody talks about, and yet everybody must learn if they ever want to make an impact. So again, now I'm talking and qualifying the people who are just in it for money. They're most likely not going to click through this, which is what I want. I don't want those money hungry, get rich quick people to come through and click on this because it's just going to be wasting my time because when they actually get to the next page, they're going to be disqualified and they're going to go, oh man, it's not for me. Boom. And so we want is people who are actually qualified to fill out the form on the next page to click through this ad so that your cost per click is actually going to be lower and your conversions are going to be higher. So the call to action, the very last piece of our ad copy is after you watch the video, check out how you can get my entire swipe file and three of our highest converting marketing funnels for absolutely free. And then I take them to the page. So we're saying, hey, watch the video below. Okay, but then when you do that, now you can go ahead and click to the next page because without watching this video here, at least a majority of it, it's not going to make sense on the next page. And so what we want to do is make sure that it's congruent. And the only way to do that with video is to really give them a call to action to say, hey, watch this entire thing so you can find out cool thing. And that's what we're doing. We're saying, watch this video so you can find out how to get these free gifts. And then what happens is with our headline, we have a very bold headline. And we know that this one's going to work because our $997 swipe file funnel, that's converting at around 60-65% right now. And so what we wanted to do was say, okay, well, if people are taking us up on that, and that's just a lead magnet. We're not even taking them to a qualification form. It's just like, hey, here's a lead generation funnel. This now, if we're going to say, hey, look, you know what, you're going to get this cool thing, plus you're going to get 3 marketing funnels for free. Now, the way that we can guarantee that is because we use ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels allows you to share your funnels. So what we do is we can give you a link, or the people who attend this meeting, a link to basically download our 3 highest converting funnels. And then we have the call to action plus the benefit, which is going to go inside of your description. So if you notice, I have my irresistible, intriguing offer blatant right there. It says plus my $100 guarantee. So now it's like, hold on, I'm going to get a $997 swipe file, 3 marketing funnels for free, and I'm going to get, there's a $100 guarantee. This is intriguing to me. This is very irresistible for me not to go through with this if you're serious about growing your business, right? Because again, the things that we share on these meetings are only for certain people. And so I'm using a very basic qualifying ad copy here, right? Letting them know that if you want to make an impact, right? Plus there's directions to follow. And then I'm making it irresistible for those people who actually want to make an impact. And then what's going to happen is we're going to take them to the next page. Now the next page, this is where they're going to land. Okay, so from the ad, this is going to be the next page that they see. And it's going to say, hey, that's great. Here's how you can access your 3 marketing funnels, 2 hours of sales and marketing audios, and $997 swipe file for free. Now, again, I added an additional bonus here on this page. So now they're like, hold on, I clicked through for the swipe file and the marketing funnels. And now you're going to tell me that I also get 2 hours of sales and marketing audios? That's crazy. First, we give them directions though. Watch this quick 3-minute video. We want to let them know it's quick, not just by saying it's short or it's quick, but giving them a time frame, letting them know, hey, look, it's 3 minutes. You got to watch this video if you want to move forward. And then after they do, you're going to see on these next couple pages that we actually, in the first 24 hours, reconstructed everything. Basically, we added a little bit of ad copy on the page beneath this, and then we also rearranged some copy, meaning that we just moved it around from a different place. When we did that, within, I think it was just a few hours, we ended up getting the registration to come through. And so we know that this ad copy is going to work a lot better than the last ad copy. And or not the ad copy, but the sales page copy. And so I'll go through with you in a second what exactly we did different. So this right here, if you notice, is the beginning. Then we have the second. So if they're scrolling down from this page, right underneath the video, they're going to find this portion of the page. So now we have step number 2, step number 3. So second is fill out the form below before the timer runs out. Number 3 is attend the meeting for your sales and marketing strategy mastermind session. 75 minutes of pure strategy. Countdown clock. And then we have bold headlines that are going to touch on those pain points. So what we did differently is, you see where it says the second and then sentence and then the third and then sentence. The second and the third we actually put above this video. And I was thinking, okay, well it's kind of a lot to handle, right? We're giving them a lot of steps, and it's kind of confusing if they don't do first and then do first and then second and then third. So what we're doing here is we split that up, and that seemed to work very well. So we moved the second and the third underneath the video, and then we added 75 minutes of pure strategy to that tagline. So it's not just sales and marketing strategy mastermind session. It's now that plus 75 minutes of pure strategy. So now they're getting even a better idea for the people who aren't watching the video up front, which we know there's going to be some people that don't. And so we want to make sure that they still understand, get a gist of what it is that we're offering here and why it's so important. And so when we have the countdown timer inside the video, I let them know that you have to fill this out before the timer runs out. Plus, you have to schedule your appointment in the next 4 days. What that does is it creates that scarcity. It says, look, yeah, you can get this free session whenever you want, as long as you qualify. But if you want to actually get these 3 amazing bonuses, you've got to fill it out and schedule in the next 4 days. So then we go into the bold headlines, right? So we added these as well. Again, you could already tell that we rearranged the second and the third headlines. We added the 75 minutes of pure strategy, and we added these bold headlines like don't know your numbers, not sure if your offer will convert, trouble with creating a marketing campaign, can't figure out how to create a profitable follow-up. This marketing and sales mastermind is designed to bring together the pieces of the puzzle for you in a way that you can. So now we're going to go into the so you can. So here's we have benefit. We have problem. It's like state their problem. Let them know. Is this a problem for them? And most likely, if you know your market, they're going to say yes. The people who I meet with typically, they don't know if their numbers, they don't know if their offer will convert, they have large amounts of trouble creating marketing campaigns, and they don't know how to use profitable or create profitable follow-up. So these are the 4 major pain points that the people that we meet with face. And so I want to address them right here and say, look, this is what we're going to solve for you. And then if we go lower into that, we're going to let them know that here's how you can understand it. It's going to help you understand what to do next to reach your goals. It's going to help you implement, so you can implement the methods, strategies, and processes shared with you without any overwhelm. And then number 3, this meeting is going to give you the knowledge to duplicate or replicate the process so you can create future campaigns or promotions. And then again, another thing that we're going to cover is we'll reverse engineer your numbers and create your signature plan that is guaranteed to make your business some extra, as the experts say, cashola. And it's 100% free, and just for attending, you get these awesome bonuses. So again, I'm reminding them that, look, it's 100% free, okay? You ain't got to worry about paying anything. And you know what? It's inside of my video, I let them know that there's a $100, basically $100 guarantee that says, if you find the time that we spent together completely wasted, it was a complete waste of time, then I'm going to go ahead and send you $100 as my sincere apology. Now, we have never had to send this out, right? Knock on wood. We've never had to send this out. Everybody that we meet with finds some type of value in what we share, and then it just comes down to, again, asking them if they would like help putting it together. So we know that the $100 guarantee in return, if we waste their time, it's a solid offer, right? It makes it irresistible. There's now getting 3 bonuses plus a $100 guarantee, and you could see these types of bonuses. We added an additional one, right? So we had the 2 hours of sales and marketing audios. what we did is we packaged our members meetings, the first portion of them, into audios that we can now give away as a bonus to people who want to come on as a client. So we can share with them that, look, these 2 hours, these are literally things that I've shared with my private members each meeting to help them improve their business and sales. And you're going to be like a fly on the wall. Now you're going to get these exact audios broken down into a 4-part series, 30 minutes about a piece, so that you could actually listen to them in the car, you could go on the go, you could be at the gym, whatever it is, and still get that audio, because we know that audios are huge. Audios are being listened to every single second. And so we want to maximize not only the visual aspect with the video and not only the reading aspect with like the blueprints and things that we're giving them and the action steps, but we also want to let them in through their minds so that they can take us anywhere now. So what we have now is we have bonus 1 that's valued at $495. If anybody wanted to purchase these audios separately, you'd be looking at about a $500 investment. We have now the swipe file of $997, which is being sold on our website right now. And then if you go down a little bit, and again, I also make sure, just to be clear and 100% transparent, I'm sure to put little asterisks at the very bottom that says only available for those who attend the free session. This lets people know that you're not going to get it just for filling out the form. You actually have to fill out the form and show up. I'm that confident in the way that we're going to deliver this process to you and help you grow your business that not only am I going to give you these bonuses, but I'm going to give you $100 if you find I waste your time. So we want to reiterate to them that, look, you've got to show up to the free session. And then we have, again, underneath that, bonus number 3, valued at $19.95, where if you ever wanted to say, hey, Brandon, let me get these funnels from you, and you weren't a client, then I'm going to charge you $2,000. It's just the way it is. These funnels have brought in thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for us, and so we know that they work. And so with you being able to not really have to do a thing, but just purchase your ClickFunnels account and then just download these automatically get created for you, and all you have to do is change out the images and change out the business headlines to where it matches your industry, and you're off to the races. Right? And so that's valued at $2,000. And again, we let them know only available for those who attend. And we also share with them that we're not going to give them bogus marketing funnels just because we created them. We're only going to give you the best. And all these 3 that I'm going to give them are going to be at over 45% and have generated thousands of leads. So again, we let them know that this is a value. And then we say, hey, look, we made it super simple. You'll gain access to my calendar so you can schedule your time immediately after the form gets filled out. Cut, dry, to the point, letting them know, hey, look, super simple. And then we added the arrows. For some reason, these arrows actually help. I mean, it's just like drawing attention to where they need to go. But people who are visiting your page, they need that specificity. They need that clear-cut direction. As you can probably say, no disrespect, but you want to dummy-proof this. You want to make it to where even the brand, somebody who doesn't have a clue about what to do or why they're there, I mean, it happens. You want to just direct them and say, hey, look, you know what? This is why you're here. Here's what I got for you. Here's what I want you to do next. With these arrows, it just helps add to that, here's what I want you to do next. When they continue to scroll underneath the arrows, they're going to see now the sales and marketing strategy session form. This is going to be the form that they fill out that's going to allow us now to, or allow them to get to our virtual calendar, where then we could follow up with them, give them the call to verify their information, and then confirm their booking time that they chose. So you can see this is just half of the form. It's a pretty extensive form. It's going to take them about probably 5 to 8 minutes is what we're seeing on our form fill outs to fill this out. And the reason why we want that is because we want that micro commitment. Somebody who's going to fill this out prior to us meeting with them. Number 1, we have all the information that we need. Number 2, to be able to help them, right, and start to build a plan in advance so that we're prepared when we meet with our prospects. But number 2, it's going to allow them to feel like they're attached to this now. They've personally invested time in sharing personal information with somebody who's on the internet that they've never met before. So believe me, it's good to have this. You're going to see a lot less people that are filling it out, but you're going to see more of those people that are filling it out actually be qualified to do business with you. Okay? So the next part that we have, if you notice, there's literally, that's 2 steps so far. I'm about to go to the 3rd step. First step is advertisement. Second ad is the landing page with our video sales letter, a little bit of sales copy, and then our order and the qualification form. And then when they fill out that qualification form and hit that little submit button, or review my application is what it actually says, it's going to take them to here where they can actually select a service, where we know that they're not going to choose to Analyze Me because that says it's $197. But now it's social proof letting them know that the $197 value that I said this was for, that this meeting was valued at, it now just gives them a little bit of extra proof to say, oh, you know what? No, I want the sales and marketing strategy session. It's 75 minutes again that we talked about, and it's free. Okay, that's the package that I want. So now you're letting them see, oh, this guy does have additional packages that he charges for. So it lets them feel like they're getting even a bigger discount. Even though they already knew that this was going to be free, now they're seeing that they're saving money. Plus they're getting all these extra bonuses. it's irresistibility on top of irresistibility, right? And so next, what's going to happen is after they choose their package, it's going to take them to the calendar where they can choose. And then from there, we're going to be able to take them to now filling out their information. It's okay, what's your name? And I know they just fill this out on the form, but again, there's no way to bypass this with the software that we use with Get Timely. We've had some people say that, oh, it's a little bit annoying, but unfortunately, it's just the way it is. And if they're not willing to, like for me, I got a program set up called Dashlane, and that will just autofill everything that I have. So I don't have to type in anything ever. Right. And so for me, I'm like, well, just get Dashlane. You don't have to do it. But I understand that's a little bit complicated. And typically these forms are not going to be filled out on mobile. We run our ads, right? And a lot of the ad views are going to be from mobile. But we're going to notice that a lot of people, they're going to go right to their computer and they're actually going to fill this out because it's just a real hassle to try and fill this out over mobile and things like that. But we are seeing that people are doing it. It's just a little bit more of a hassle because you got smaller, text options in Windows, and my fingers are all big, so sometimes it just is it's annoying. But we want to use and leverage both platforms, right? Desktop and mobile. We're just seeing that a lot more people are filling it out on desktop, but they're coming through on mobile, meaning that they're actually taking time to go back to their computer and say, okay, well, I want to bookmark this page, or I want to save this, or I'm going to email this to me so I can get it later. And then they're coming through and they're actually doing it that way. So after they fill this out, it basically just, of course, you can notice the question at the very bottom. Is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to make the appointment you just scheduled? You'd be surprised. People will tell you all kinds of crazy things. Oh, well, nothing unless this. Nothing unless that. And so this is where when you get on the phone to confirm their information, it's basically like, hey, John, I saw that you filled out the form yesterday and you scheduled an appointment with Brandon on Monday at 3 p.m. And they're going to go, oh, yeah, absolutely. And you say, okay, perfect. Now, of course, this is going to call me made by somebody on my team or Sarah, and she's going to end up just walking them through the questions that they filled out. And they're going to say, hey, so I basically noticed that you did this, you did, your part here, you have this much, you have this much. And they're going to go, absolutely. Okay. And so your scheduled appointment for Monday is still good to go. Anything happens in the meantime, let us know. And then she's going to ask the same question, which is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to make the meeting that we just confirmed? And they're going to say, no, not at all. Now you've gotten them to really dig into their brain and see, is there a reason why I wouldn't be able to make this? Most likely it's going to be no. And if there is a reason, it's jogging their memory now. So now they're going to go, oh, you know what? Actually, I do remember just, late last night, I got this and this and this happened. So let's reschedule. This is your opportunity now to not have a no-show, but to be able to now show that you are in control of that process and that you could book them and reschedule them for a later date. So after they get done filling this out, basically, this is what I wanted to show you next was we have our goal, which before we set our campaign up, we wanted to run $500 to this. We wanted to generate, it was like, I forget the numbers. It was like 11 or 12 forms filled out, right? So basically whatever 42 divided by 500, I think that's what, 11 or so. It's like 11 or 12 forms that were filled out off that 500, which we know we're going to get about 80% of those people to show up, right? So it's about 8 people that are showing, and then we're going to be able to close 50 to 60% of them. So we're looking at about 4 to 5 sales off that $500 in ad spend. Now for us, we have a bunch of different ranges and packages, right? So we have packages that range from $200 a month to $1,250 a month to $2,500 a month. And when we have that in there, now we know that we're going to be making minimum $200 per month, right, in continuity, or up to $2,500 per month. And so we have a very large range. Minimum that we would make off those sales would be $1,000, right? 200 times 5, we're looking at 1,000. So that 1,000 would be a 2-to-1 return on our income, right, on our investment. If they go at the $2,500 level and we get, say, 2 at 25, 2 at the $1,250, and 1 at the membership level, then we're looking at 5,000. That's like 65. That's like almost $7,000 in continuity that we're looking at, right, off of $500. So again, it's very powerful when you have this setup. Now, what I'm showing you here is in just the first couple of days. We just launched this on the 2 days ago. And so what we did is we want to make sure that we're gauging in that we are basically monitoring this ad. We don't want to look at it every 30 seconds or every hour, but you want to let it run for about 17 to 36 hours, okay, for almost a full day to a day and a half. In that time frame, you're going to take the data that Facebook gives you. So you're going to look at your cost per action. Do you have a goal set? For us, we knew that we wanted to pay no more than $42 per form filled out. We knew that from the very beginning. Now, for us to be able to make that possible, we have to be able to get clicks to our page for pretty cheap. Right now, you can see that the cost to get to that page is 54 cents. Okay, so the cost per view for us is we're paying Facebook basically 54 cents and they're sending one person to our page. Now imagine how crazy that is, right? 54 cents. Would you pay 54 cents to get someone to see your sales page? I know I would. And so what we're doing here now is we have two different audiences that we're testing up front. And then we're going to go into more of these. Again, this is just one of the ad sets that we have running right now for this campaign. But you can notice that we have a custom audience, we have a sales audience, and the results are completely different. You're looking at the same budget per day, right? We let the one run for almost a full day, right around that 17 hours. That's why there's $8.88 just put into that. We don't need to put anything more into that because the per view was almost double what the other one was. So why would I be paying for that? I just wouldn't. I would either have to redo the ad, adjust the targeting, adjust the headlines, or maybe do a new video. But we know that the videos work, and we know that the click-throughs are working. We know the ad copy's working, or else we wouldn't be able to get the other one. So what we want to do now is go through and make sure that the ad copy is number one, 100% exactly what the other one is, which I don't think it was. From what I understand, the way that we set this up is we did ad copy tests versus just an interest test. So what we did is we took two different audiences, right? A custom audience and a sales audience, which was cold traffic, and then we ran two different ad copies to them. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to know that we can run this new ad copy that's converting to cold traffic. We can run that straight to warm traffic. And we know that we're going to get better cost results. So that's going to be the next thing that we want to do. But you could see right now that we already had, and I know this is very early in the campaign, we've been running it for 2 days, right? And we've already gotten basically one person who's registered for $25.60. Okay, so again, this is very early in the campaign, but I want to let you know that if we don't reach this, there's just a lot of testing in between this. You can see already in the first day, we've already adjusted the sales page dramatically, rearranging, adding things, and making sure that it actually is clear to what we would expect from our leader prospect to do, and the message is there. So I wanted to share this video with you. I'm going to go into the next slide, but I want to share this video with you to let you know that the amount of money that goes into, the amount of time that goes into actually creating a profitable funnel, it can be skipped with a lot of the people who are sharing their results with you. That's why I wanted to give it to you early right now. And I'm going to give you steps as this develops so that you could see, number one, what was the end goal, right? Did we hit our goal? And number two, how simple of a funnel is this? This is an incredibly simple funnel. Advertisement with video, right? And then we have sales page with video, qualification form on sales page, leading them to a virtual calendar, and then we just follow up with them the next day to confirm what they gave us information on when they filled out that form. And so if you want to look at what the form looks like, it basically says like this. So we have, introduce yourself, best number, email, website, tell me about your business, current monthly revenue, last year's sales, how did you hear about us, share more about yourself, how long you've been using the internet. All this is stuff for us to get to know them a little bit so that we can really factor our presentation to their exact needs, okay? And he's an ideal client. He's making about, current sales between 5,000 and 10,000. He made 150 last year. He'd like to 10x basically, or 5x to 10x, depending on where he's at on that scale. And he's been doing AdWords for a couple years. So he understands advertising. You see what I mean? And so what happens when we go down is it says, hey, why did you want to participate? And he shares with you to learn a more cost-effective and efficient method for lead gen and follow-up to increase conversions. Very clear. Right? What do you need the most help with? Consistent quality leads. So, and then of course these other questions are just awesome, right? On a scale of 1 to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, how awesome are you? He says The Rock. I love that, right? Confidence. You ask them what book did they read last? I only want to do business with readers. Readers are leaders, and the more you read, the more you learn, the more you learn, the more you earn. So I'm a big believer in making sure this question is there. And then we want to know what was, are you prepared to invest the time, energy, and finances if the experience was 100% guaranteed? Again, we're getting them to commit in advance. There's psychological triggers that are taking place right now in this prospect's mind to where when I meet with him, he's already sold. If I can share and demonstrate with him the things that he needs that can be proven valuable in his business, it's very easy at the very end of that meeting to go, hey, would you like any help putting this together? And they're going to go, yes, more often than not. And so finally, we ask them if they're the decision maker. And that's going to be a big question because you don't want to meet with people who are not the decision makers, because on that meeting, if they say they have to talk about that with somebody else, you could reference this and say, hey, well, I get that, but on the qualification form that you filled out to apply for this meeting, you mentioned that you were going to be the decision maker. So now it's time for you to make a decision. And you could just be very, casual about it. And then, hey, look, this is what you shared with me. Are you a person of integrity, and do you really mean what you say? Well, yeah. Okay, well then, you know what, just give me an answer, whether it's a no right now or a yes right now. Either way, I'm going to be okay. We just got to make sure that we're on the same page. I don't want you to get off this phone and make a decision, 4 or 5 days down the road after you've already talked yourself out of the ability to do this. That's what happens with a lot of these people when they get with you and you give them time to make decisions. Self-doubt creeps in, all this stuff creeps in that's going to prevent you from actually getting them on board, even though they know it's beneficial and you know that your service is going to benefit them. So people do crazy things when they're by themselves thinking thoughts that they shouldn't be thinking. And so this is going to be a quick video or a quick walkthrough for you. You can literally start to model after this, right? Create your Facebook ad, right? Now the video, a lot has to go into the video. I'll do maybe another video training on that, on how to create a proper video ad in a little bit. But for right now, get the video up, get your ad copy on point, create a very basic, look how basic this sales page is, very basic sales page. And then we have qualification form, we have virtual calendar, we have, and then that's basically it. Then follow up with them on the call the next day to verify and confirm their date and time. And then again, you can see the results here. So this is within 2 days, $25 spent, already got a form filled out, dude's qualified, and he's set up and scheduled his meeting for within that 4-day time frame. So you could see, just imagine if you're selling high ticket products right now or services, and you could just pay, 20 to 40 to 50 bucks per person that's going to become a client, and that client is worth upwards of $6,000, or like in our case, upwards of $15,000. It's kind of a no-brainer. And if you liked everything that we shared today and you want to know how you can actually craft out, architect, and plan your next couple of marketing promotions, I'm talking about from creating the ad video, the ad copy, the actual lead magnet if you want to go with the lead generation funnel, if the follow-up isn't in place. I'm talking about if everything like that sounds like something you would want to get more in detail with, then I want you to go and check out our newest online training site. It's called the Do Whatever It Takes Academy, and it's basically over 80 lessons. We get personal with our members, and we pull out specific members each and every month. This way that everybody inside the academy can get all the training that they need with the personal help. And it's a self-paced program, so it's not like you have to do this, you have to do this, and you have to do this. It's where you're at inside your business is going to be able to give you the training that you need to help your business grow. And then that personal touch is there so that you know that you're going to actually get the guidance that you need. It's not going to be one of those membership programs where you sign up and you never hear from the person again, or you have to go through this 8-week course and then after that it's done. We're continually adding lessons. We're continually updating the methods and the strategies. And we're making it customized to each member. So if there's something that's inside that membership meeting or inside the membership training site that you don't see that you really need, then you just shoot us an email and we go ahead and we create it for you in the next 7 days. So it's actually customized, it's personalized, and it's always being updated. So if that interests you and you really like to get some more of that personal help, then go ahead and find dowhateverittakesacademy.com. It's DWIT academy.com, and we'll go ahead and get you scheduled in on the next members meeting so that you don't miss out on a thing. I'll see you there.